Hi, I'm Michael Cohn from Advanced Tubular Technologies. I'm the developer of VTube-Laser software that connects to the ferro arm in order to be used to measure tubing. What I'd like to do in this video today is show you how I would reverse engineer a part. This is an actual part that must be reverse engineered, and I'm going to show you the exact steps I would take to ensure that this was reverse engineered properly in order to get to the vendor data for this part. So let's get started. I'm going to clear the project and then I'm going to type in a part number in order to allow us to do quick saves in the future to that file name. Now I'm going to go into Measure Process, and I want to know what kind of a radius we should use on this part. It doesn't have to be extremely precise, but I want to understand approximately what we should be using. I'm not going to guess in this case, so I'm using the process where we take stripes. 3 points per stripe and then hit the red button. We'll do this 5 times. We're always in the bend when we do this. Now I'm going to press Calculate the Radius and Scan, and it's going to give us an estimate of the part, centerline radius to use, and this one is going to be a nominal 1. So I'm going to change it over to 1 and copy this to the default radius, which will copy this into the 26th row right here. Now that's going to be the default radius that's going to be used to propagate the center line when it's constructed automatically when we do a reverse engineer. Go back to Measure Process, hit Uniscan, type in the number of straights here. In this case we have 4 straights, and we'll go ahead and just proceed to measure through the part. First straight, second straight, etc. Now it's asking for the ends. I'm going to put the blue line right in the middle of the bead. I'm going to say Finish and Apply, and I'm going to build a new measured tube, and we'll just turn the orbit mode on and orbit around this part. And I'm going to turn on the intersection points, go into perspective mode, and right away I want to copy this over to the master data. So this is a measured part. We're going to copy this over to the master part data. I'm going to reset the origin to 0, and I think I'd like to transform this part so that the second bend is true. And I'm going to turn on the master part, and I'm going to turn off the measured part. I'm going to refresh and zoom all. And now what I would like to do is go to the part setup menu, and I'm going to give this a typical tube elongation percentage 4. I'm going to right click and calculate the cut length. So now we have a cut length that includes tube elongation percentage. So now what we're ready to do is send the data out to the bender. Let's just assume that we have a bender connected. We can bring this data into the bender setup menu and then send it out to the bender, set up the bender, and then bend it. But let's say we don't have that, then what we could do is just go into reports like this, and you could actually use this data in order to set up and bend the part on the bender. Now there's one other process that I recommend that you might want to consider, and that is to remeasure the part again, just to be sure that you didn't make a mistake the first time. And so what we're going to do is remeasure the part and then compare the remeasure to the reversed engineered first part that we measured. So here we go. And there you can see that we've got all green. We've got reasonable numbers there. And basically what I'm doing is I'm comparing the first measure with the second measure. And you can see that it's fairly consistent. So that cross-check will then prove out the validity of the actual measure itself. So we've got a good part now. We can go ahead and save the project and print the project out and use that information to actually bend the next part. And this concludes our video on how to reverse engineer a tube using VTube-Laser and a Faro measuring center. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at michael.cone@advancedtubular.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.